Yo, song that's playing for you. Hey, man. What's up? So look, hey, you might be on those type of vibes. You might be on that, hey, what's up type vibe. Look, you're going to express how you feel. Emotionally, you over something. You no longer attached to a situation. You no longer connected to something. You thinking about your longevity, your future in some way, shape, or form. What you want long term. Put your foot in this shoe that fits you. Look, you let go of an idea. You let go of a friendship, a relationship, a partnership, family members, friends, a job, a business endeavor, a routine or pattern, a cycle you constantly kept putting yourself in. Look, you ended those emotional feelings tied to that. You ended those celebrations in order to put yourself on a new path. In order to walk a new walk. I'm ready to do it. Yeah, look, you're taking the truth and moving on in some way, shape, or form. Or you may have realized the only way for you to move on in some way, shape, or form is to express truth in regards to the space you share, or just realize the truth. Now that you realize the truth, you can do something with it. You feel me? You can take yourself somewhere with what you know now. Now, where are you going to take yourself? Where are you going to take your mind now that you became aware of this? Where are you going to take your emotions? Where are you going to take your feelings in order to come with an idea on how you want to express and or invest? Hey, you feel me? You had to stop going that way, though. You may have been hit with some realizations in regards to something you were doing, something you were expressing, something or you were representing. You had an S on your chest in regards to a situation. You were standing by a situation that wasn't even honest, that wasn't even worth standing by. You were preaching something that wasn't worth preaching. It was of a low vibe. It was of a low energy. It wasn't even high vibe. And now, in regards to that situation, you may realize you got to walk away from that, because you know the truth. You got the truth now. Now that you got the truth, you realize whatever you were expressing, whatever you were preaching, whatever you were standing by and standing for, it wasn't true. Yeah. 6 of coins. If it's you versus you, now that you're in the space to move on in some way, shape, or form, now you can obtain your balance. 6 dimensional. Hey, listen, you might be getting as far as your mind back. Might be getting replugged back in. Your last one, you woke up. You feel me? Your yang sun reading. You became aware of some shit. And if this is a continuation of that, what you can move on now. You're taking the truth out of the situation. You're taking those realizations because you've been in conflict for a while. Because again, something you were preaching, something you were standing for, something you were standing by was not honest. Some beach, I'm telling you, son of a bitch. It's like you got fucked over in some way, shape, or form. If it's you versus someone outside of you, you may be. It's like you may have gotten the truth because someone expressed or invested and brought you balance in some way, shape, or form. It's like someone helped you by investing in you in some way, shape, or form. Giving a piece of their mind to you in some way, shape, or form, or just like giving you a third dimensional hand, whether it was financially or just like they threw you an idea, they helped you in a situation, coworker helped you at work, and that brought you a truth about someone or someone. It's like you could have been kicking it with some coworkers, right? Kicking it with a whole gang of coworkers, y'all was cool, right? Cool. Now it's when it comes to time to do the work, you would help everybody out with their things, all the people you was kicking it with, all these folk. You would help everybody with what they got going on, but then when it was time for you to it was like you were about to get an evaluation. You needed help and nobody was there to help you. And then that one coworker that you wasn't kicking it with came around and brought you some balance in some way, shape, or form. And that put you in the space to realize who you was kicking it with. And you took the truth out of this situation, out of this low vibe situation, and you moved on. You realized, damn, all y'all was ain't nothing but some son of a bitches. If it's you versus someone outside of you, if it's you versus you, you're just in the space to accept, receive, and or give balance now. Enough balance for yourself and for those around you for you to share, because you moved on, or you pulled the truth out of a situation. You got the truth out of the situation. Whether you have to get it for your damn self, you knew the truth internally and that was enough for you to make a move, or a truth was brought to you externally from the external world, and that truth brought you a truth internally, and that put you in the space to take action and move in some way, shape, or form. Whatever it is, you are fixed in whatever this truth, whatever this enlightenment is. You are infatuated by this light in some way, shape, or form. Whatever brought you balance, you're stuck on it. Boom, you're no longer expressing yourself emotionally. You're no longer investing there. Yeah, look, because someone was lying to you. Someone wasn't being honest. If it's you versus someone outside of you may not be investing in you because someone was lying, or someone wasn't being honest. Someone was expressing themselves of a lower energy. And it's like, yeah, so if it's you, it's like you were expressing yourself of a lower energy emotionally. And you weren't being honest. And when you were hanging with these coworkers or with these people, or when you were just acting like this, when you were expressing yourself like this, you weren't being honest. You were being of a lower energy. And it's like, if it's towards you versus someone outside of you, then it's like towards someone outside of you who was balanced and or who brought you balance. It's like you were being nasty to someone who helped you. If that's a shoe for you, you feel me? And now it's like you see that who you were being nasty to is balanced in some way, shape, or form. And that killed something in you. Like that put a period on something for you. That made you stop doing something. That made you stop in some way, shape, or form. That made you move on from this way of being, or from you expressing yourself like this. If that's this, look, because it was a bad investment. You weren't nurturing, or you weren't being good to something you were supposed to be, like something you were invested in. You weren't handling business the way you were supposed to be handling business. If it's you versus someone outside of you wasn't handling business the way they were supposed to be handling business with you. And some balance was brought to you by someone who's enlightened in some way, shape, or form, and fixed in this enlightenment, assisted you by investing in you mentally or third dimensionally, and that brought you the awareness to realize what you were expressing or what you were investing in was a lie, or was just of a lower energy in some way, shape, or form, putting you in the space to move on because something you were nurturing was not nurturing you, or you just weren't nurturing something how you were supposed to be nurturing. When are we getting in shape? I'ma fuck with you though.